Hi children, welcome to Sunny Sky English High School. Today in our 8th standard social science syllabus, we will proceed towards chapter number 1, socio-religious reforms. Now, in this chapter, we will discuss that in the 19th century, in the beginning of the 19th century, what all evil practices and evil customs were prevalent in our country. For example, widows were not allowed to marry, then Doodh Piti, the custom of narrow-minded society, and various other customs were widespread in the Indian society. Illiteracy, superstitions, ignorance, evil social customs, and caste system. So we were very much suffering, the society was very much suffering from all these evil customs. And society needed a drastic change in the socio-religious reforms. So many reformers came up. For example, Rajaram Mohan Roy is considered to be the torchbearer in reformation of India. Apart from that, for reformation in the Indian society, then there came Dayanand Saraswati, then Ramakrishna Paramhans and Swami Vivekananda. So these are some of the very big stalwarts who have brought immense change in the society, and they were considered to be some of the biggest reformers which India has ever seen. So let us proceed towards the chapter. In the 19th century, Indian society was infested with the various social evils like superstition, illiteracy, ignorance, evil social customs, and caste system. So these were some, and these were very much widespread and very much deep rooted in our country. Superstition and illiteracy, the biggest thing, because if superstition is there and illiteracy is there, then people are completely ignorant. People don't know to move forward in their life, and their life remains stagnant and as it is. So that is a huge problem. And then evil social customs were there, caste system was there. The condition of women was worst in this narrow-minded society. Very true. Men, at least they were okay because they were considered superior to women. But women's condition in the ancient India was very much pitiable and very much worrisome. Women were just allowed to stay in the household, do household activities, and they were married at a very early age. They were not allowed to get education, and many other problems were suffered by women. So that is a biggest issue with the women in the 19th century, in the beginning of the 18th and 19th century. Various evil customs were widespread in our society, like the custom of Doodh Piti. Doodh Piti means what? Female infanticide by submerging a newborn girl child into a container full of milk. So that is called Doodh Piti. The moment the small baby girl is born, she was being dropped into the sink of milk, and then she automatically dies, because such a small child cannot survive if it is dropped into the deep milk vessel. Then Sati system, burning of a woman on her husband's funeral pyre. So that was also one of the biggest problem with the ladies were facing. The moment their husband were dying, even the woman has to die along with her husband's funeral pyre. So that was also one of the very pitiable condition which the women were facing. Denial of widow remarriages. So once the young girl becomes a widow, she was not allowed to remarry again. In spite of the age which was in her favor, in spite of so many things which were running in her favor, but still she will not be allowed to remarry again. So that was also one of the things which were prevalent in our ancient Indian society. Now, due to Western education, new awakenings, that means Renaissance, began in the 19th century to remove the evil customs from the society. Intensive efforts were made to bring a social and religious reforms. Rajaram Mohan Roy was the first among such reformers. Now we will proceed towards Rajaram Mohan Roy, and whatever reformations he did, and he even gave his precious suggestions to the British government in order to eradicate especially the sati system from our country. So that was also one of the important things which Raja Ram Mohan Roy did. Now, let us move towards Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was born in the year 1772 in the Hooghly district of Bengal in Radhanagar village in a Brahmin family. Now, Raja Ram Mohan Roy was born in the year 1772 in the Hooghly district of Bengal in Radhanagar village in a Brahmin society. So, Brahmins are considered to be at the highest at the ladder in the caste system in our country. So he was coming from a very privileged family in Bengal and from Radhanagar. He hailed from Radhanagar district. Raja Ram Mohan Roy got married in his early childhood. His brother's wife became sati on her husband's death. This incident shook Raja Ram Mohan Roy deeply. Now Raja Ram Mohan Roy himself was a victim of a child marriage, and apart from that, even his sister-in-law also became a sati, because when Raja Ram Mohan Roy's elder brother died, his wife also became a sati after his death. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy had seen everything with his naked eyes. He had experienced those things, and that impacted his life immensely. He initiated many reforms and protested strongly against the evil customs such as child marriage, caste system, doodh piti, etc. He started the Bengali newspaper, mainly Samvad Kumudini, in the year 1821. Now, if you want to remove evils from the society, evil customs especially, and change the mentality of the people, then what is to be done? He started in the initial years, because by that time media was not there, television was not there, radio were not there. So what was the only medium? It was the newspaper and magazines, which can bring about new changes in the minds of the people. Print media can do immense good in the society's mentality, in eradicating especially the evil things from the mindset of the people. And for that purpose, he started a Bengali newspaper named Samvad Kumudini, and also Miratul Akbar in Persian in the year 1822. So these two newspapers he started. One was Miratul Akbar in Persian language, and another was namely in Bengali. So Bengali, if they start, or Persian language, if the newspapers are started, people will read those languages. Why? Because at that time Hindi or English was not much in demand. It was not spoken widely in our country. That is why it was only the regional languages which were spoken. Brahma Samaj was established in the year 1828 and CE. Raja Ram Mohan Roy established the Hindu College in Kolkata. So college, schools, newspapers, magazines, these were some of the very effective weapons through which some radical changes can come in the society. So that was very much understood by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. That is why he was first torch bearer of renaissance and change in the socio-religious system in our country. So we cannot ignore the immense amount of contribution given by Raja Ram Mohan Roy to India. He recommended many changes to the British government, like the independence of press, freedom of speech, changes to the British government like the independence of press, freedom of speech, women's rights, personal liberty, judicial independence from executive, etc. Raja Ram Mohan Roy started movement to establish the sati system. As a result, the British Governor General of Bengal, Lord William Bentinck, passed a law to abolish sati pratha. Now, it was very much suggested by Raja Ram Mohan Roy to William Bentinck, who was a Governor General appointed by the British government to India. He firmly said that sati system, which is killing of an innocent woman on the funeral pyre of her husband, is considered to be one of the most ugliest crime a human can do to one human to another human. So he urged the British government that you abolish the sati system completely. This law was framed in the year 1829, so it can be said that Raja Ram Mohan Roy laid the foundation of the Indian Renaissance. Renaissance means new awakening in our country. So he was the first torchbearer of change in our country. With regards to initiating socio-religious and political reforms, the Emperor of Delhi sent Rajaram Mohan Roy to England in the year 1830 in regards to his case of right to property. Now Rajaram Mohan Roy was sent to Britain by Delhi's king, Emperor of Delhi. And why? For making certain laws which are applicable for changes in the property. Everybody has the right to the property in which they are living. So that was the thing. Rajaram Mohan Roy died in Bristol in the year 1833. Brahma Samaj played a vital role in reforming the contemporary Hindu Samaj. Brahma Samaj tried to abolish the rigid and superstitious religious beliefs prevalent then. So Brahma Samaj was one of the biggest contribution of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and that made an immense amount of change in the society, and it eradicated superstitious from the society, beliefs prevalent in them, and then Hindu Samaj, contemporary Hindu Samaj also tried to change themselves by eradicating those things from the society. So Rajaram Mohan Roy and his Samaj, Brahma Samaj, played a very vital role in establishing some of the initial changes in our country, which was very much in need of the hour. Clear? So in this session, children, I will give you 16 fill in the blanks in homework. So I hope you will write one time these blanks and read this chapter one time. So thank you and have a nice day.